Hi there, I'm Dr. Hannah Cole from the Prime Life Center, and I need to share something with you that could change everything about your marriage after 50. Just last month, I had a couple in my office. Margaret and Robert, married 28 years, and Margaret was crying. Not the soft tears you might expect, but deep, heartbroken sobs that shook her whole body. "We're like roommates," she whispered. "We haven't been truly intimate in over 2 years. I don't even know if he finds me attractive anymore." Robert sat there looking defeated, his hands clasped tightly in his lap. "I want to," he said quietly. "God knows I want to, but my body just doesn't respond like it used to. I'm embarrassed. I feel like I'm failing her." This scene breaks my heart because I see it almost daily in my practice. Couples who've built beautiful lives together, raised families, weathered storms, suddenly finding themselves strangers in their own bedroom. The spark isn't gone from their hearts, but their bodies seem to have forgotten how to connect. What Margaret and Robert didn't know, what most couples over 50 don't realize, is that this isn't about age stealing their passion. It's not about being too old, or needing to accept a passionless marriage as normal. What's happening is actually a circulation problem that's completely fixable with the right approach. You see, when blood flow slows down throughout your body, which happens naturally as we get older, everything suffers. Your energy drops, your skin loses its glow. You feel tired more often. And yes, your ability to connect intimately with your spouse practically disappears. But here's what I discovered that changed everything for Margaret and Robert, and hundreds of other couples in my practice. There's a simple, natural way to restore that vital circulation using ingredients you probably already have in your kitchen. And when blood starts flowing properly again, it's like someone turned the lights back on in your marriage. The transformation I witnessed in Margaret and Robert over the following weeks was nothing short of miraculous. But before I share exactly what worked for them, let me tell you about Patricia, because her story shows just how devastating this problem can become when left untreated. Patricia came to see me on a rainy Thursday afternoon, looking exhausted. At 54, she'd always been vibrant and confident, but something had shifted. "Dr. Cole," she said, "I feel like I'm disappearing. My husband tries to be affectionate, and I just freeze up. It's like my body doesn't remember how to feel desire anymore." She told me how she'd started avoiding physical contact altogether. Simple touches felt awkward. She'd changed clothes in the bathroom to avoid being seen. Their conversations had become purely functional, grocery lists and schedule coordination. The playful banter that once filled their home had vanished. I Googled everything. Patricia's blood tests revealed something fascinating. Her hormone levels were actually normal for her age. The real issue was circulation. Her blood wasn't flowing efficiently to the areas that needed it most. Her body was essentially going into conservation mode, shutting down what it considered non-essential functions to preserve energy for basic survival. This is when I started connecting the dots. Patient after patient was coming to me with the same story, and they all had one thing in common: poor circulation that was affecting every aspect of their intimate life. Then I met Donald, a 58-year-old construction worker who'd always prided himself on his strength and vitality. "I can still work a full day, lift heavy materials, no problem there," he told me. "But when I get home to my wife, it's like someone unplugged me. The desire is there in my mind, but my body won't cooperate." Donald's frustration was affecting his entire personality. His wife mentioned he'd become withdrawn and irritable. He'd stopped initiating any physical contact because he was terrified of disappointing her again. Their marriage was suffering, and they'd both started wondering if they were simply too old for passion. What Donald didn't realize is that the same circulation issues affecting his intimate life were also causing his afternoon energy crashes, his cold hands and feet, and the mental fog he'd started experiencing. Everything was connected. I began researching natural ways to support healthy blood flow, diving deep into traditional remedies that had been used for centuries. What I discovered was a combination of common kitchen ingredients that worked together to gently encourage better circulation throughout the entire body. The breakthrough came when I started recommending this natural approach to patients like Stephen, a 52-year-old accountant who'd been struggling for 3 years. Stephen was skeptical at first. He'd tried prescription options with terrible side effects, expensive supplements that did nothing, and was ready to give up entirely. "Dr. Cole, My marriage is hanging by a thread, Stephen confessed during our first appointment. My wife is patient, but I can see the hurt in her eyes. We used to be so connected, so playful together. Now there's this wall between us that I don't know how to break down. I explained to Stephen what I'd learned about circulation and introduced him to the natural solution I'd been developing. Within the first week, he called my office. I'm sleeping better, he reported, and I woke up feeling different, more alert, more like myself. By week 3, Stephen's wife called to thank me. The change in their relationship was dramatic. The playfulness had returned. The affection felt natural again. They were talking and laughing like they hadn't in years. But the most remarkable transformation happened with Jessica, a 49-year-old teacher who'd been married for 26 years. When Jessica first came to see me, she was convinced her marriage was over. We haven't been intimate in 8 months, she said. We're both pretending it's okay, but it's not. I miss my husband. I miss feeling like a woman. Jessica had tried everything. Counseling, hormone therapy, romantic getaways that just felt forced and awkward. Nothing worked because no one was addressing the root cause. Her circulation had slowed to the point where her body simply couldn't respond the way it used to. Here's exactly what I recommended to Jessica and what transformed her marriage in just 8 weeks. Every morning on an empty stomach, Jessica mixed together these specific ingredients. Ceylon cinnamon, exactly 1 teaspoon. This is crucial because Ceylon cinnamon is much gentler than regular cinnamon and won't irritate your stomach. Fresh grated ginger root, a piece about the size of your thumb. Grated fine. Ginger naturally encourages blood to flow more freely throughout your entire body. Raw beetroot powder. 1 tablespoon. Beets are like nature's circulation boosters, helping blood vessels relax and open up. Ground nutmeg. Just a small pinch, about 1/8 teaspoon. Too much nutmeg can be overwhelming, but this tiny amount works perfectly. She mixed all of these ingredients into 8 ounces of warm water and drank it first thing each morning, at least 30 minutes before eating anything. The warm water helps your body absorb everything more effectively. In the evening, about an hour before bed, Jessica prepared a second drink. Turmeric powder. 1 teaspoon, the golden spice that reduces inflammation throughout your body. Fresh grated ginger, about half a thumb-sized piece, raw honey. 1 tablespoon. Never use processed honey. Raw honey enhances everything else. Mixed into 6 ounces of warm almond milk or regular milk, whatever she preferred. I told Jessica to follow this routine daily for at least 8 weeks to see the full benefits. Here's exactly what happened. Week 1-2. Jessica noticed her energy improving dramatically. She wasn't experiencing the 3 p.m. crash that had plagued her for years. Her sleep became deeper and more restful. Her mood lifted noticeably. Week 3-4. This is when the real magic started happening. Jessica called to tell me she was feeling fluttery again. That butterfly sensation she remembered from earlier in her marriage. Physical touch from her husband started feeling good instead of awkward. The mental fog that had been clouding her thoughts cleared completely. Week 6-8. The transformation was complete. Jessica and her husband had reconnected in ways they hadn't experienced in over 5 years. But more than that, Jessica felt like herself again, confident, vibrant, and fully alive in her own body. Dr. Cole, Jessica told me during her follow-up appointment, I didn't realize how much of myself I'd lost until I got it back. My husband says I'm glowing. I feel beautiful again. We're like teenagers, sneaking kisses in the kitchen and holding hands during movies. The key to this working so effectively is consistency and timing. Taking these ingredients on an empty stomach in the morning allows your body to absorb them when your circulation is naturally lowest. The evening mixture helps maintain the benefits throughout the night when your body does its most important repair work. Most patients start noticing changes within the first 2 weeks, but the full transformation typically happens between weeks 6-8. By month 3, the improvements become permanent because you've essentially retrained your circulation system to work efficiently again. What makes this approach so powerful is that you're not just masking symptoms, you're addressing the root cause. Better circulation affects everything: your energy levels, your skin tone, your mental clarity, your mood, and yes, your ability to connect intimately with your spouse. The beautiful thing about natural solutions is they work with your body instead of against it. You're not dealing with side effects or complicated schedules. You're simply giving your body the support it needs to function the way it's supposed to. I've now recommended this approach to hundreds of couples, and the results. Remember, what you're experiencing isn't a character flaw or an inevitable part of aging. It's a circulation issue with a natural solution. Your body wants to function properly. It just needs the right support to remember how. The couples who see the most dramatic results are those who commit to the full 8-week routine without skipping days. Think of it like watering a garden. Consistency is what creates the transformation. Jessica's marriage didn't change overnight, but by week 8, both she and her husband were amazed at how much passion and connection had returned to their relationship. If you're reading this and recognizing yourself in these stories, please know that hope isn't lost. The spark in your marriage isn't gone. It's just waiting for the right conditions to reignite. What worked for Margaret, Robert, Patricia, Donald, Stephen, and Jessica can work for you too. Your marriage deserves to thrive, not just survive. The love you built over decades of partnership deserves to be expressed fully, without the frustration and disconnect that comes from a body that isn't functioning at its best. You deserve to feel vibrant, attractive, and fully alive in your own skin. Take that first step. Give your body the circulation support it's been craving. Watch as the distance between you and your spouse melts away, replaced by the warmth and connection you remember from your best days together. Your marriage and your happiness are worth this investment in your health. Here for your wellness journey, Dr. Hannah Cole Prime Life Center.